of October. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I try to sleep earlier because I haven't slept all weekend. What's happening to me on the weekends, like around Friday night? I'll find like a powdery substance all over the back of my head and my throat. It's bitter. It's bitter, but it's like it has a sweet smell to it. Like not talcum powder, but it smells sweet. It's a powdery substance because I can feel it in my nose, a fine powdery substance. And when it hits my system, everything starts to shrink. I can almost hear my teeth crickling, like it's crickling. It's almost like my teeth, the veneer, the porcelain is cracking. In the back of my head and my neck, my throat, my back, and the pain around my upper shoulders, back of my neck, front, my chest, my arms, my knees. The pain is excruciating if I walk. I haven't really slept. I wake up like about 4 times a night. These people for the last month or so has been on me, this neural monitoring. There's a group of them, and the group seems to be growing in numbers, and they're just locked on to me. I believe that these people are getting sensations of walking when we walk or talk or doing something fun or something that's adrenaline pumping. They get the sensations like they're doing them, and it's fascinating to them. To me or you, if we found this neural linking, we'll probably, we would get involved and say, hey, let's goof around with it. Let's just see. And after a day or two, we grow bored with it because we're different people. Not these people. These people are, well, I guess they don't really have anything else that compares to this. They don't have anything else. There's nothing else going. We would find something else to do, anything else. Sit down and stare in space would be better. But whatever it is, they have this need to just be locked on to us neurally, and when we walk, they feel the sensations of what I'm guessing that's what it is. Because feedback I've gotten was when I'm eating, they're telling me, like when you chew into the food scatters in your mouth, and they'll tell you what it tastes like in different parts of your mouth, the texture, how much, if you've chewed it, if it's softer, if it's grainy, they'll describe it to you, which means they know. This is not psychic, this is not magic. This is some kind of neural monitoring that's making them almost merge with you. I think that's where the esoteric woo-woo part of this comes in. They're almost like they're merging with you, and this sense of ownership grows, unfortunately. Because you are now their bitch, basically. You are now their slave. And if you are a young woman, and there are men in the group who would actually be doing this as a pastime, as a full-time job, or as some kind of vendetta against this woman, they will assault her. She will not be able to have a relationship with anybody else. She will not be able to have a life outside of this individual. She will not be able to function as an individual or a normal human being outside of this individual or this group of people. Because he comes with friends and they all share the same type of need, wants, desires. It's a shared, from what I'm getting from this, it's a shared type thing. It's not that they're passing her around, it's a shared thing. So they'll hold her and keep her hostage. And this sense of ownership grows. She will not be able to move past whatever they've set out for her. And she will grow disheveled. She will grow unhygienic. She will be confused as to why this is happening. She will be angry. She will be caught up in the how they're doing this. There's a mixture of why and how. But she will also be growing smaller in stature, in autonomy as a woman, self-esteem, regard for herself, even regard for people, the others around her, because they want her exclusively under their spell. So she won't put much time and effort into building relationships after a while with other people. She won't do it. And they're going to do the same. Because they will arrange it where if she leaves her home, she comes home, something is going to be out of place that's going to affect her for 2 or 3 days. For me, it's some kind of gassing, like chlorine gas or some gas that makes me want to pass out. Very strong. You can almost feel the gas around you. I don't know where the fuck they're getting it from. I don't know where they're getting this gas from. I don't know where. Who the fuck is manufacturing it? I don't know. But whatever this is, it's very bad. And she leaves, she goes to do something. They're going to do this so that she doesn't leave. The whole plan was to get her to stay in this spot. Because remember, they've decorated our heads with either microchips or something that reacts to whatever they have hanging in the walls. You watch the thing that I had, the G word, the G. You look at the cell phone, you put the cell phone and it started to move. There were no strings attached to it. You put it in some water and you put a magnet outside the glass or the jar and it moves within the jar, in the water. Our body, it's moist inside. You move it all over your head like I watched a show called Creep Show. My dad and I watched it. And it was like a reef. They call it a reef. It was like a bank of like plankton, I think it was. Like a moss, thick moss. And it would move and it would just come. It was just a creepy thing. It wouldn't let, they were on a little raft. Like they just rode out on the lake. And this plankton, this mass of thing, whatever it was, like a moss, green like moss, seaweed, whatever, wouldn't let them get back to the shore. And if they tried to swim, it would just pull them down, like it had a mind of its own, like it was alive. So that's what is happening here. It reminds me of that. It's called a reef. So it just reminds me of that. And with that being said, my life is like this. And yeah, you look at me and be like, who would try to assault me, or who would try to, I've never been a beautiful woman. I've never been a girly woman. I've never been somebody. I've had people who fell in love with me, even though I'm not the girliest woman in the world or the most alluring person in the world. And I look like shite. I know what I look like. Well, no, I look like shite. But whatever it is, it's my coordination is off. Maybe I'm just tired. This person thinks that he owns me. Now, I don't know if it's just someone else they have linked to me and it's just a game they're playing, like, well, I can only love you this way if you're hooked to her. I only want you if you're hooked to her. I can only be faithful to you, or give myself to you, or really love you if you're hooked to her, with the her being me in this case. Like this neural linking. This is just one theory of what might be happening. Because if it's not me, it's somebody else. But I believe it's me. Because if that's the case, the same thing goes. Because when she is hooked to me, he thinks that she's, like, I know it's far fetched, but they play games with each other. They play games with each other. And this is just to get me to say things. But the problem with that is, as I'm saying it, it's doable. It's something that's completely doable. Gang stalking, the whole fucking phenomenon of gang stalking. What the fuck is it? Is it rational? Hell no, it's not rational. Is it insane? Hell yes, it is insane. Is there purpose to it? No, there is not a purpose to it. There's not a purpose to it. So, why not, what I'm saying, why is that not doable to somebody who's irrational? It is. Even though it's designed to drive you to say things that are so outlandish, so bizarre, so unbelievable, so, I just can't believe. You serious? You actually entertain these thoughts? And this is not a person observing me, or hearing me, tell this story. Yeah, it's possible. This is what gaslighting is all about. But believe me, within the gaslighting, there's truth to it. Shit is happening to me. Right now I'm smelling chlorine gas. I don't know if you heard that. You heard the noise? Like a man saying something. I hear this all the time. The only thing left for these people to do is to walk right in here while I'm awake. Is to walk in here and walk out and just tell me there's not one damn thing I can do. That's the only thing left for these people to do, is to walk in my home, do something, and then walk out. I've had a rough week. I've had a really rough week. And I can't get any sleep. I'm trying to speak and I'm having a hard time just like getting the words out. My throat right here is tight and hurting almost. It feels like a lump right here. And it's just just like when you wear one of those the sweaters with around the neck, they have the neck part here. You just feel like something is around here all day long. That's how it feels like. But this one is painful. You can feel this one. It just squeezes like. It moves sometimes. Like whatever it is moving inside. This time, they're really, it's like, this thing is like powder. It leaves me constipated. And it's shrinking. Because as soon as I smell it, I get a dose of it and it comes from the outside. I start to shrink, like I can feel myself, like my teeth starts to make a sound, like it starts to crack, like it's crinkling or whatever it is. It starts to feel like it's cracking. I can hear it. But my eyes are burning right now because there's chlorine gas. This is what they've been waiting for. So with that being said, is like, if they're breaking into our homes, these men have wound themselves up into a frenzy of ownership over us. A frenzy of ownership over us. So, who's to say that they're not doing things to our bodies? It doesn't matter about the age or what you look like. To a person who would assault a woman, the R word, I'm not going to say it because I don't want the video taken off. They don't care what the woman looks like. They don't care what the young lady looks like. A child molester They don't care what the child looks like as long as it's a child. They want the innocence, the youth, the freshness, the naivety, that trust, whatever they bond with God in heaven knows. But same thing with a grown woman or a young lady. Her looks has nothing to do with it. It's the act of assaulting her while she sleeps or overpowering her. That's what they go for. So, if it's possible that these people who are gang stalking us do break into our homes and touch our bodies and do things to us, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. 100% it's possible. Is it probable? You do the math.